going on, guys? Welcome to the second episode of the Regular Gaming Guys weekend wrap-up show right here on YouTube for Sunday, March 17th. I'm your host, Mike, sitting alongside co-founder and the second half of the Regular Gaming Guys show, Brandon.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
Hey, man.
Before we begin, I do want to apologize for missing last week. I was out of town and we were unable to meet up beforehand. So we weren't able to, record or whatever. But we are back this week, jam-packed. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of really interesting news. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much for watching. If you're returning, thank you so much for watching. As always, just remember that this show, you can get it every Sunday at 10 a.m. right here on YouTube, where we're regular guys just talking about the games that we like.
Let's get into it, man.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
get into it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So White House went ahead and did that meeting about violent video games.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a little article about it from IGN. It says the White House has published this video game reel that President Trump shared at today's meeting, or the day.
Yeah, the day of meeting. Yeah.
With the members of the video game industry and critics of the medium. And according to the Washington Post, Trump showed the reel at the beginning of the meeting and asked the group, "This is violent, isn't it?" It's like, okay. So the list of games they had that they showed were Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, and I bet you the only scene they showed too was that scene, which is the no Russian scene at the very beginning.
Yeah. That scene's pretty intense though.
It is. But guess what? They give you an option to go yes or no. So it's up to you.
Yeah,
anyways, they showed Wolfenstein,
mm-hmm.
Dead by Daylight, Sniper Elite, and Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And handpicked particularly violent sequences. But yeah, you know what? All these games, they're immature.
They are.
So,
they're all labeled immature.
Yeah.
And I put this story in here because I wanted it. It kind of picks up from where we left off last week when we were talking about parents, like the parents' involvement as far as in the video games go.
Right.
The other thing that I wanted to point out from this article is the fact that again, nobody from the scientific community that actually researches the psychological effects of video games on the on people's minds in general. They weren't there, so they were. I mean, what kind of conversation are you going to have?
That's a one-sided deal.
That's a very one-sided deal. And on the topic of that conversation, the Electronic Software Association, because the article kind of continues, they issued a statement to IGN following President Trump's meeting with members of the game industry and members of Congress. The ESA said that its members appreciates the president's receptive and comprehensive approach to the meeting, which they then covered the First Amendment aspects of it and the ESRB rating system, all that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's like in my opinion, as always, it goes back to the parents. It goes back to them and them being responsible enough and not just using the video game system as a babysitter. Not using it as an actual teaching moment, going in and actually them analyzing what's in the games and then hey, maybe this game isn't for you, maybe it's so on.
It's not for mature, dude. It's like, come on. Read what's on the back of the label, dude.
I thought
what it's gonna show you.
And the funny thing is that's what that's where the ESRB came from. Right?
Exactly.
That's where all this originated from.
Exactly.
But on the topic of violent video games, let's talk about that possibility for Call of Duty.
Oh,
the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered.
Live!
Yeah, man.
Live!
So this is coming from IGN as well. An Amazon listing for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered has appeared with a release date of April 30th. As spotted on the IGN Italian listing, both Xbox One and PS4 versions have been added to Amazon Italy, with prices at 19.99 euros, which is roughly $25 US.
You know what's dope about this?
What's that?
It's gonna be a standalone. You ain't gotta buy the
you don't have to buy the game
Call
with
of Duty that you're not gonna play.
See, the only problem that I have with this though, and one of the guys that I watch on YouTube, they brought up a really good point that it's really weird for this listing to be $25. Because when Modern Warfare 1 Remaster came out,
it's like $50, dude.
Yeah, it was around 40 or 50, somewhere around there. I don't know the exact number, but I know it was somewhere around there. So, obviously, this is a rumor. It's nothing like super to take, seriously, take it with a grain of salt, if you will. But it is very exciting.
Dude, called
hands down my favorite Call. Yeah, I say hands down my favorite.
They just like made the kill streaks like over the top.
I think
it was just.
If I remember correctly,
dude, it was great.
That was the first one that I actually played with you, Nesto, and everybody.
Dude,
online.
that's what everybody played.
Yeah, that's when online gaming really kind of like exploded, or not exploded, but that was like kind of the prime time online gaming.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. Hey, going along with like these freaking rumors that games appeared on Amazon.
Yeah.
You know what game I saw?
What's up?
It was off of Amazon Canada.
What was up?
Splinter Cell. A new Splinter Cell, bro. I've seen that shit. I mean, super rumors, rumors. But Amazon be leaking games all the time.
All the time.
But when I seen that, I was like, please make that.
Did they give it like a release date on it?
It just said Splinter Cell 2018. That's all it said, and it's like, that's hit or miss.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's a rumor, but I really hope this happens. I really hope this happens. They need
I think
it, bro.
I never played.
I think the last one was Blacklist, and that was like.
I didn't play that one either.
I didn't play that one either, but. That was like, I don't know.
That was a while ago.
We need a next gen Splinter Cell.
Yes.
The last one I played was like Double Agent, I think.
The last one I played was the one that you let me borrow, which was Conviction. That one was crazy good.
Bro. You like pulling people out of ice and shit.
Yeah.
It was fucking dope, man. But yeah, they need to make that happen.
But yeah. And then, so another announcement. This is news from last week. Black Ops 4 is officially coming out.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, how you feel about it?
Yeah.
Did you like the last Black Ops?
No,
I
don't think I did. I mean, no, I did not.
No.
I like watching Leon play it, but I
feel the same way. I like watching Mitch play it.
Futuristic bullshit, man.
Yeah.
You go grenades tracking you down, shit.
Well, from what I heard, this one is supposed to go. It's supposed to be modern. Yeah, it's supposed to be like more modern time, like right now, and not like technology that's supposed to be like 40 years.
The first two Black Ops were dope.
Yeah.
They were Vietnam War based, or somewhat. It was dope. It was dope, but like. I don't know. They're just using Black Ops, and it's just like I don't know. They're changing it all up. And just fucking futuristic too much, bro. I can't handle it.
Can't hang.
Shit. I mean, here's another fucking leak that we missed last week. Fucking they did announce that Battlefield is going to be called Battlefield 5.
Really?
Yeah, it's
really a legit thing.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Did they give a time period?
I don't think they did. No. But I'm definitely sure they're doing it just because Black Ops 4 just came out and they're like, yo, we need to push something. We need to push something.
I mean, EA is on the. I personally feel like EA in general is on the ropes right now, just because with all the stuff with Star Wars, and all their progression systems and everything, and the loot box
which is just kind of fixed, right?
Yeah, they did a little bit. No, not a little bit. They changed like almost the entirety of the progression system.
Mm-hmm.
They changed. So this is coming from Game Informer. Where is it at? Loot boxes or crates in Battlefield 2, in the Battlefront 2 vernacular, no longer contain star cards. It can only be earned through, or now no longer contain star cards at all, and can only be earned through daily login bonuses, milestones, and time challenges. Cosmetic items like emotes, victory poses, it can still be gotten through the crates, but anything gameplay related is off the table. So then there's more that the article entails.
It pretty much is like how games should be.
Exactly how it should be. Exactly how it should be.
As long as you put in hours, you get good shit.
Yeah.
You get shown for it.
So I mean, I don't know, because this kind of goes back to like I understand why they changed things because of the backlash and everything, but it kind of reminds me a lot of Microsoft when they first announced the Xbox One, and how the Xbox One was going to be online only. You had to be connected to online to play. That's what online means. Everything was going to be digital. It was supposed to revolutionize gaming for the most part. And then when they got and received all this backlash, they went back and changed everything. You know? Oh fuck! No, we're just kidding.
But still, you do need live, but you still need internet to play games.
Yeah. So I mean, so they did change
for real.
Yeah, they did change some things. But I mean, this is probably an example of a time where because with the Xbox thing, in my opinion, I don't think they should have went back on what they said. I feel like they should have doubled down on what they were doing, and said, "Hey, this is going to be the Xbox One. You're either going to like it or you're going to, you're either going to like it or you're going to hate it."
You remember when the Xbox One first came out? They were like, the Xbox One is going to be with the Kinect. Connect is gonna be a big thing. Where the fuck is that shit now?
Not even
Gone, dude.
You can get that game for like $10.
Here's Xboxes. Oh, what Connect? They fucking throw that shit in there.
There's no
no.
Connect.
Yeah,
There's
no,
no
I don't
Connect.
know, dude.
But no, this was a good thing.
Definitely.
They're apparently supposed to be doing it in two different, as far as like changing things. Supposed to be doing it in two different waves. The first is going to be like a small update that they're doing on the 21st, and they're supposed to like completely wipe everything on in April later on.
I mean, it says on here on the article, but I'm not sure. It's like if you already spent money and got shit,
then you already have
keep it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, at least you're getting to keep everything.
Right.
I mean, but still, no. I feel like they're in troubled waters right now.
Fuck yeah.
And they've got to.
This is them like, okay.
Yeah, they've got to do something. They got to do something big as far as like with the they go back to the Battlefront or Battlefield.
Well, Battlefield wasn't. They didn't have that. I think Battlefront was the only one that did loot boxes like that. Battlefield, they never did that. You just get skins.
You just get your stuff.
Skins. That's all you get. Free guns. That's it. There's no
but
mechanic or anything that changes.
I don't know. I feel like all the goodwill that they had with Battlefield 1, Battlefield 1, they lost with Star Wars.
Yeah.
So,
but I always felt like Battlefront, like Star Wars game, like that was just really like the main audience of that was Star Wars fans.
Oh yeah.
Really big into Star Wars. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love fucking like the original fucking Battlefront.
Oh yeah, the original Battlefront on like PS2.
And I played when the first Battlefront came out for Xbox One or whatever. That shit was crazy, bro. It's like next gen fucking Star Wars.
Me and Mitchell played it for a little bit. I liked some of the aspects of the game. I didn't like all of it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the fact that the multiplayer, like the local multiplayer, was limited to like 3 things. I didn't like that you couldn't even explore all the options with the local multiplayer.
Right.
And the other thing, and you couldn't do local multiplayer online.
What I like,
co-op, rather.
what I'm mad that they didn't bring in
Yeah.
was like the AI kind of. I think that they did that with Battlefront 2. But
Yeah.
like, remember how in the old ones where you got AIs and you can.
The bots and everything.
Yeah, you just got bots that you fucking playing against. I don't know. But
well, they
throw it in with actual people online too, I guess.
If I remember correctly, in the first one they had that, but it was only like you versus. It was you versus another person playing. No, it was
bots.
you and somebody else, and you had bots and they had bots, and you guys were fighting against each other or whatever. I could be wrong. It's been so long since I played it, but
very long time,
it is what it is.
Still.
Some super exciting news that we missed from last week that I really, really wanted to talk about is the Nintendo Direct. Now,
this is their streaming site right here. This is their
this is essentially so Nintendo does like these directs, and they're essentially mini E3s, if you will, for Nintendo, but just Nintendo specific.
Okay.
So they all
focus
focus on games that are coming out or features that are coming out on whatever their system is. They did both 3DS stuff and they did Switch stuff. I'm only going to focus on the Switch stuff because that's all I care about. I don't have a 3DS. I'm not on the Switch yet either, but I'm definitely, with everything that they talked about, I'm definitely going to be picking up a Switch now. Like,
got me on that fucking
wow, bro. So they announced Okami HD's coming summer 2018. Dark Souls with an amiibo. They're doing a network test on May 25th. Sushi Striker, I didn't really care about. Octopath Traveler.
What is that?
So this is a RPG. It's another JRPG that's coming from Square Enix.
You're octopus.
Oh no, you're not. No, but it's
okay.
So you have I forgot how many characters are there in total, but you can play the game from multiple character perspectives. But eventually all the characters do meet up, and then obviously you can build your own party and everything like that. But in the direct specifically, they talked about so you have different job classes for every single character. It's very reminiscent of older Final Fantasies. Very older Final Fantasies. Where you have, like, each character had, like, a specific class that they followed. But the other thing that they talked about in there is that you're going to be able to do a dual class system. So you'll be able to have one class, so, like, there's a dancer in there. You can have a dancer warrior, and each combination of classes has different abilities, different attributes that you're going to be able to do. That actually got a date. That's been announced. It announced a while ago, but it actually got a date, which is July 13th.
Is it like anime based? Like it kind of looks. The characters are. Like,
so it looks. It's not 8-bit.
Okay.
But it's a step of. It's not 8-bit, but it's not.
It's
not like. It's not like
Okay, it's a happy
full on
medium.
3D. Yeah, somewhere in between. Okay. I'm trying to think of something because I know there's like. Did you ever play Chrono Trigger? No, Chrono Trigger's too 8-bit.
Yeah, that's
too 8-bit.
Yeah.
But fuck, dude.
Did they have this on a different port?
No.
Really?
No, this is exclusive.
This
is the original idea that's coming to Switch.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm super stoked for that. Travis Strikes Again, which is a No More Heroes sequel slash. It's essentially a sequel to No More Heroes 2.
Oh.
That was on I think it was on the Wii, if I remember correctly. That doesn't have a date, but it's coming out this year. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which a lot of people are excited for. Undertale, don't really know much about. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Yeah, dude. If you haven't played that we should probably do a let's play of that one because on I've got it on PS4.
That's dope, man. I'm just surprised they threw it on the fucking
Nintendo,
bro.
Yeah.
Nintend's taking everything. They're opening it up, man. That's cool.
That's
really
the one
cool,
thing that I
dude.
really like about the Switch.
That's cool.
That's way different than the Wii U, and I really feel like we're about to get back to a point where Nintendo has taken over again.
Yes.
And Nintendo has become the serious Nintendo that everybody's
wanted.
wanted.
It used to be like that, man. You used to have open market in every fucking market.
And with the Wii U, and I mean the Wii, they kind of had it, but the games more often than not were lackluster, with the exception of a couple of things. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I didn't play the Wii that much. But with the Switch, I mean, you've got a lot of big, and not just like big titles. You have a lot of big AAA titles coming to the Switch.
Yeah, that's nuts. Man.
Doom's up there.
Yeah.
They're talking about putting Call of Duty up there.
Skyrim's up there.
Skyrim's up there. Yeah, like come on. So I mean, like, and they're really trying to pull out of this whole, we're a family console kind of thing. But they still have games like that. So it's gonna be a really happy medium. But yeah, definitely we should probably.
Hey, look, bro, they got fucking South Park Fractured Butthole on this bitch.
South Park's gonna be up there. South Park. Did you play Fractured Butthole?
I have not, man.
Bro.
I watched gameplay of it, but I never played it.
So it's not as good as Stick of Truth.
Okay.
And I think it's only because it's very similar to how I feel about the Avengers 1 versus Avengers 2. Avengers 1 was a moment in time. Mm-hmm. South Park was a moment in time. The Stick of Truth was a moment in time. The second one was good. It's just not as good as the first one. Just because you were kind of like you have high expectations,
yes.
And so like regardless of what the expectations are, then you feel like you're never gonna get there. Mm-hmm. I did like the class system in it. That also actually had like a triple class system in there, so you could switch between. You have like because it's superheroes instead of like RPG characters or whatever. So you could have you could be like a speedster or a brawler, and there was some like plant thing that you could do, and they all have like different abilities. But it was really cool.
That's cool. Man.
There's Hyrule Warriors, which Mario Tennis Aces, which very reminiscent of the
that's
Strikers.
Flying planes.
No, Striker or Tennis Aces or Strikers. No, Strikers is soccer.
Tennis.
Right? Soccer. Yeah.
Aces is the.
This would be tennis. So this would be tennis. And this is actually really cool. They have an option where you can play it like the over the top Mario style. Where you have like everybody's got like special power ups and things like that, or you can just play tennis with Mario characters, which looks pretty dope.
It's Mario.
So
Mario anything.
I don't care about Splatoon, but they are doing some DLC for Splatoon 2. The big one.
Oh shit, bro! They're doing the Smash Bros.
Yeah, man, Smash Bros. Is finally coming to the Switch, and I saw that.
That's super portable Smash Bros. That looks fucking good, bro.
Yes.
Ain't no 3DS shit. No. It's fucking the Switch, bro. That's sweet.
It's the full-on console version.
Oh, here, have some sticks. I got sticks. Oh,
and then not only that, you could like if somebody else like you can carry extra Joy-Cons on you, and so you can do a full-on multiplayer, dog, and everybody can just play.
Bro.
See the thing with the Switch,
that's so crazy.
The thing with the Switch that I loved. And I didn't realize it until over the summer, and I just haven't got one because I didn't have a real justified reason to get one until this last Direct. It was when we went to the beach that one time with Zeke or whatever, and we were getting ready to go, and Zeke's like, "Hey, before we go,
play Mario Kart.
Bro, you want to play Mario Kart?" And he just pops that bitch out, sets it up, and just we can start playing.
Oh my god, dude, are we really doing this? This looks like we're playing on the TV, bro.
That's exactly what it looks like. I mean, I expect you guys split a little bit, but it was still.
That's dope.
It's so fucking awesome, dude.
Nintendo did.
And so the only question that a lot of people are asking now is it going to be a port of the one that's on the Wii U? Because the one on the Wii U was actually really good, or is it going to be completely its own thing?
I think it's going to be.
You think it's going to be its own thing?
I think so. Come on, man.
What are some characters you want from it?
I don't know. I love when they do random ass. I love when they had Solid Snake on there, bro.
Yeah.
Just random out the wall characters, bro. Like he's in in this game? Oh shit!
They had with
all the originals, you know.
I don't know if you saw the last one.
They had Splatoon in the last one.
Well, Splatoon. We're assuming Splatoon characters are going to be in this one because the trailer when they showed the trailer or whatever started off with Splatoon characters running around fighting each other. So can only assume that they're going to be in there. It'll probably be like an ice climber situation. That's how
true shit.
That might be how they do it. I mean, that's just from what I saw on the trailer. I kind of got that kind of vibe from it. Yeah. The trailer was dope as fuck. If you haven't seen the trailer, I recommend watching that trailer. And if you haven't by now, like, you obviously don't care. But no. So the Splatoon characters will definitely be in there. They showed Breath of the Wild Link, which was pretty dope. So that's why a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be. That's why people think it's going to be a whole new game, just because Breath of the Wild Link's in there versus traditional Link. And they look. I'd imagine that they're probably going to play a lot different.
What do they have the Dark Souls do? Just because they made this Dark Souls.
That'd be pretty dope.
But like, who's a Dark Soul dude? It could be anybody.
It could be literally anybody. Which is why there's
maybe that's the specials, bro. He has every fucking weapon, bro. He can turn into a fucking. Dude, that'd be insane.
I don't know.
Who are you looking forward to? Who you got? Who you think they're gonna throw out there?
I'm really not sure. Like, I've heard people talk about Crash. Crash would be cool in it. I really hope that they bring back Cloud, because Cloud was in on the Wii U port. He was up there. They brought him in as a DLC character, so I think Cloud would be pretty dope. I want them to do more games like that. So I mean, if they're gonna do like a partnership with Square Enix,
oh man, you can
Kingdom Hearts, dog. Like Sora or Riku in Smash Brothers. It would be weird, but I mean, fuck it. Let's just do it. Just fuck it. Do it.
That would be dope, bro. All special is just like him turning into like different.
It's different forms. Yeah, or he can just straight turn into Master Form.
No, that'd be dope.
Him, I guess probably Noctis. They could put Noctis in there. I think that would be cool. I don't know.
Shit, while we're on this topic of fucking like random characters and new fighting games.
Yeah.
Shit, have you seen they got the Witcher dude?
Yeah, Geralt or whatever the fuck his name is.
He's coming to Soul Calibur 6.
It'll be Soul Calibur 6, yeah.
What's Soul Calibur?
I've never been a huge Soul Calibur fan. Soul Calibur to me, Soul Calibur is in the same category as Tekken.
It is, but with weapons.
Exactly, both weapons. I wasn't a super fan only because I wasn't that good at the game. Like my buddy Kevin, he was a fucking monster at Soul Calibur. And he was a monster at Soul Calibur and he was a monster at Tekken, and like I just was not good at either one of them, so I never really it never really grabbed me. The same way that like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 grabbed me, which is really weird for me to say.
I mean, that's a whole different fighting game, dude.
A lot of people, a lot of people's like entry point for Marvel vs. Capcom is like 2 or 1, but mine was 3, and I picked up 3, and that summer that it came out, I literally spent like 4 months straight just playing that game. Like that was fucking a monster game.
That's cool. Leon played a lot of Soul Calibur. He got me into that shit. I just like the fact that they do random ass characters too.
Oh yeah.
Like, you remember they had like the Ninja Gaiden dude?
Hell yeah.
They had Ryu, bro.
Yeah, they had Ryu in there, and then they had
and then they had the apprentice from fucking Star Wars.
Yes, that's exactly where I was going. They had Yoda.
How you fighting Yoda, bro?
I played as him, dog, and he literally just like in the
movie. You small as hell.
Jumps everywhere,
dude.
He was fucking flipping and diving everywhere.
Now they're throwing the Witcher dude on there, man.
That'll be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. They also, while we're talking about random ass characters, they also have Noctis is going to be in Tekken, which is interesting. I watched the trailer. He actually fits right in.
Word.
Yeah, for as well as you could think, a RPG character going from that kind of game to a fighting game. He fits in about as well as you would think he does. His special I don't particularly care for. He doesn't do the, if I remember correctly, he doesn't do the master. I forgot the name of the technique in Final Fantasy 15, but he's got like this master ability because he can summon weapons at will.
Okay.
He doesn't do like the master form where all the weapons are like surrounding him and then like you just attack or whatever.
Ooh.
He doesn't do that. All he does is he just throws out his different weapons and then like there's like a final strike. So I mean, again, Tekken 6 is not a Tekken 7 rather. Tekken wasn't a game that I really was into. I'll probably pick this up.
I suck at Tekken.
I might pick it up. We'll see. So, but then there's also my favorite game of last year, or no, this year, excuse me, so far. This year.
Man, let it out.
Fucking Broly is coming to fucking Dragon Ball FighterZ.
See,
my thing is I'm not ready for Broly. I'm excited because now that Broly's been announced, we can now get to the one that I'm really excited for, which is Bardock. Fucking damn it, I fucking love Bardock, dog.
How they doing, man? They slowly releasing.
So they have, in total, there's going to be 8 extra characters that come out.
Okay.
And I think they're doing it looks like they're doing it in groups of 2 because they did Broly. They announced Broly and Bardock in a V-Jump scan, and they're bringing. I guess they're they're gonna release them one at a time or whatever, and then they haven't announced anybody else, but they did say this came out this week that there's going to be new dramatic sequences for both Broly and Bardock, which is pretty dope. And the dramatic sequences, what they are is so if you're playing as 2 iconic characters,
they'll do the thing from the actual
episode of the show. Yeah. Well, show
that's
movie,
one of the
whatever.
cool things.
Yeah. Like they showed for the clips, the 2 like screenshots that they show is when I'm assuming what's gonna have to happen is you're gonna have to be playing as Frieza fighting Bardock, and then you kill Bardock or whatever in space, and then Frieza does the death ball that he did when he blew up planet Vegeta, and then Goku, when you beat Broly, is gonna do that punch that he does in the first movie and like blows him the fuck up and everything. So I'm pretty fucking excited, dude. Like oh my god, like I'm really considering, like wholeheartedly considering going to Evo this year just to one, experience a tournament, a tournament style environment like that, and 2, to really actually like try to compete like in Dragon Ball, because I feel like I'm not terrible, but I'm not fantastic either. So I'm like that's really sweet spot, you know what I mean? So like I really never know like
you can give somebody a run for their money if they're like pretty good. You can give them a run for their money.
Exactly.
Like, gives you some hope.
So yeah. But I'm pretty stoked about that. So I guess the next topic that we can kind of talk about on the topic of going to events and stuff like that is Xbox is moving from the traditional hall that they stay in for E3 to the hall across the street, which is if I can find it, the Microsoft Theater. And this comes from GameSpot. Microsoft has officially confirmed its plans for E3 2018. Rather than its usual presence in the Los Angeles Convention Center where E3 takes place, Microsoft is moving the bulk of its efforts across the street to a nearby Microsoft Theater in LA Live.
The biggest E3 show in ever.
That's what they're claiming, dog. That's what they're claiming. That's what they're claiming. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do. Microsoft in the past, like I've never really been excited for their games. There was a select few games that I was like Gears and everything. I was more excited for the tech stuff, and I'm really interested to see what is the augmented reality shit that they showed from Minecraft that 1 year. HoloLens, that's what it was. I really want them to go full force into HoloLens, because that shit was pretty dope. Like you put the glasses on, you set up the table or whatever, and you watch like an actual Minecraft world show up, and you controlled the entire Minecraft world like in real life, like you were moving pieces and shit like that. That was from 2013.
Come on, bro.
I think so.
Come on.
So
5 years in.
Yeah, I'm saying, right? Like I'm ready to see some shit.
Able to walk in this motherfucker. Minecraft City.
And with them moving over, like, who knows what they're doing? I mean, I haven't really looked. I'm not a huge Microsoft fan, so I haven't looked into too much of what they possibly might be announced. I don't really. Do you know anything that you might be looking forward to from them?
No, really. The only thing I care about Microsoft is their Xbox.
The Xbox stuff.
That's the only thing you got me.
I do want to I do want to play Sea of Thieves. I heard Sea of Thieves is really good. Yeah.
Taylor got it, and he played like 2 days of the beta, bro. That shit's
was it good?
Yo, you feel like a fucking pirate, bro. Like for real. I think Rare made it.
Yeah,
Rare made it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's sweet, bro.
You
can shoot yourself out of the fucking cannon. You can shoot yourself out of a cannon, bro. You sitting there like patching up holes, dumping water out.
I heard that you actually have to like you gotta take care of the ship like you're an actual pilot. Like,
yes. If you don't anchor that bitch down, that shit will go away while you're on the island, bro. I seen that shit, man. I seen a video of that, man. It came back, they're like, fuck our shit.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh shit.
That shit's sweet, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely want to get an Xbox so we can do Sea of Thieves, because I think Sea of Thieves gameplay would be a lot of fun.
Dude, you can just. You're a pirate, bro.
Yeah.
Their ship, you can take them down.
The only thing I've heard that I don't really care for is the fact that there really isn't like a centralized like neutral zone.
Oh yeah.
So like
no,
you can literally just be chilling, and like somebody can just come up and fuck your shit up.
Yeah, bro. All your booty.
Yeah.
Gone.
You take everything,
dude. They had this game coming out, man. Crytek made this game. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called The Hunt. Have you seen it? It's like PvPvE. It's trippy, bro. It's like you versus other niggas while there's like zombies and shit around.
Yeah.
And it's like the maps are just as big as like PUBG maps.
Oh.
Yeah, and y'all pretty much you're a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
They give you a bounty, and y'all all have to find this one thing they need you to kill and banish it, like a whatever.
Yeah.
It was, the first video I seen was like a big ass spider, like a human spider thing.
Was the trailer out for it?
There's fucking gameplay out for that motherfucker.
Oh,
yeah, that shit.
Anywhere on like a release date or anything?
I'm not sure, but I just know it's only on PC, and right now it's like, you know, early access.
Ah,
Like,
okay.
You know, getting a feel for it.
Yeah.
The game looked really good.
I'm gonna have to get like
Really
I
good.
don't want to jump into the.
But
the
they said
PC
it's gonna come to
ecosystem.
consoles.
Consoles
man.
eventually.
Yeah.
So, because I don't want to jump into the PC ecosystem just because I feel like it's a lot. One, it's a lot of money.
Definitely.
And two, like I don't know. I mean, I don't know too much about the PC community. I just don't feel like I feel like they're a bunch of snobs. If you know.
Hey man, wait till we get some cross platformers, man.
PC Master Race.
Get some cross platformers, motherfucker. Come through, motherfucker. Beat your ass with a controller.
And I think Rocket. Did we talk? I think Rocket League is.
Rocket League, I think they did.
Yeah.
I don't know if PS4 came through and did with it.
I don't think PS4 is. I know Sea of Thieves is going to be
PC.
PC and Xbox. Yep. So you'll be able to play with people that are playing on PC.
And that's only for them, right? No
Yep.
PS4 releases. You know what else is cross-platform? They're
What's
talking
that?
about
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Only with PC, Xbox, and they're dropping on the motherfucking phone, bro.
Yeah, I saw that.
On the motherfucking full port too, motherfucker.
Yeah, and you can
That's
play with people
crazy,
online,
bro. That's crazy. I signed up for it. I'm waiting for it. Only for iOS right now. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see because I've heard good things about Fortnite. Obviously it's taken over.
Popular.
Yeah, it's taken over.
You know what I think they have over PUBG right now?
What's that?
Is their speed, man. They dropped everything first. Fortnite came to consoles before PUBG.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to taste the Battle Royale right then and there.
Yeah.
And now they're coming to the phones, wait for PUBG. And PUBG just announced that they're going to do a mobile version as well.
Wasn't PUBG originally on PC only?
PC only.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was like a big thing on, you know, streaming sites. PUBG for a while, and then Fortnite just took over. It's this whole animal.
I'm really gonna have to try it because I feel like it might be something that I might be into.
I suck at it.
Do you?
Yeah. It's hard, man. It's just hard. It's like, you can be good at aiming, but if somebody else is better at building than you, you're done, bro. Yeah.
So what are you doing exactly?
You're you're farming for material.
Yeah.
Because you can build. You have a building aspect to it.
Yeah.
You can make anything, walls, ramps, anything, and you're just trying to survive. It's battle royale. First one to win, bro. You're going around looting.
So you can actually build a fort, say your fort the whole time.
You could do that, but everything blows up. Everything can break, bro. Everything.
Just instantly?
Grenade launchers, rocket launchers.
So you can blow it up.
Everything can blow up.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you build something that can't blow up?
I mean, you can have higher durability. Like, you can do metal stuff, so it'll take a few more shots, but...
So it's kind of like...
Dude, it's nuts.
It's like Fallout.
It's kind of like a Minecraft battle royale. I would say it's like Minecraft, because you can build.
Pretty dope.
You can build, because you just sit there with a pickaxe, go into town, and it's just like, it's insane, bro.
That's
really...
And I know it's free, so I'm going to have to just... bite the bullet.
But you know, the only thing that separates that from like PUBG has like that realistic kind of feel.
Yeah, it looks like realistic.
You're throwing scopes on your fucking guns and shit, and it gets really fucking...
I've seen some stuff.
Your heart starts pounding. Really, I mean, both games kind of, I don't know, I think Fortnite is really fast paced, and it's just like, your heart's pounding for a little bit, but then it's like, I'm dead. Wow. It's fun. Let's do this again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a shot. I mean, like I said, it's free, so...
that's the other thing, too. It's free.
Yeah.
It's fucking free.
Is the Battle Royale portion free, too, or is it...
The Battle Royale is
it's all...
is the game you actually had to buy. Which Leon bought originally. He was trying to put me onto this. I didn't get on until they did the Battle Royale thing. I was like, what is this? Tried it. And I was like, yo, it's like PUBG, yo. I'm like, yo. Because PUBG didn't come out for Xbox yet, so I was playing it. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. But then... I don't know.
That's crazy.
When it blew up like this, man, but it is big now.
Speaking of blowing up, did you hear about the stuff with Drake?
Yeah,
Drake doing the stream or whatever.
Now they're gonna do like celebrity fucking streaming.
Yeah,
like they're gonna have different celebrities come in and play games.
That's
like,
dope. That's crazy.
That is insane, bro.
That's funny.
Celebrities playing games, and that's gonna be all like a.
Yeah, no, like it's like a hype train thing or whatever. Like I don't know. I have mixed feelings. We kind of talked about this yesterday. I have mixed feelings about the whole fact that, you know, not that there's anything wrong with it, but game culture and, you know, comic books, all that kind of stuff. Back when I was a kid, you know, when we were kids, people were open-minded, but not nearly
as, man.
Yeah, not nearly as open-minded as they are now. You know what I mean?
I feel like I was the most low-key, like, fucking player, bro. I don't want to put that shit out there because I feel like...
Yeah, because you feel like somebody's going to, joke the shit out of you or, fuck with you or whatever. And then it's like the older you get and you find out that there was a whole bunch of people that actually were into it or whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
But I feel like there is a small portion, not a small portion, but not to say that he actually, Drake or whoever, the other celebrities that were there, part of that stream or whatever, that they don't like, playing video games and things like that. I know
he used to play FIFA. I heard he played FIFA.
Who?
Drake.
Oh, yeah.
I heard he played FIFA.
I don't know, man. I just have mixed feelings about the whole, being part of pop culture now and being popular and...
Yeah. I mean, what? Somebody's gonna see, like, oh, shit, Drake playing games. I'm gonna start playing games.
Yeah.
It's like,
which I mean, it's cool because that means there's more people in the ecosystem, which means that there's more people. That means there are
more shitty fucking people, so you can
exactly
beat their ass. I don't know.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes.
Right.
This kind of doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about yet, but it's one that I wanted to bring up because it's a game that I'm super stoked for. Kingdom Hearts 3, Game Informer or it's an article from Game Informer. It's a rumor that more worlds have been leaked for Kingdom Hearts 3. So the worlds that were there, somebody was data mining something, and they found some files that had Frozen stuff, and what's the other one?
Big Hero 6.
Some RegularGamnGuys stuff from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, so they think the two new worlds are going to be Frozen and Winnie the Pooh. That includes, so with that you'll have Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Big Hero, yeah. It's so sad, man, that they're going broke, dude. It's so sad. I was talking with somebody on, I think on Twitch about it, because I was watching some stream. I was watching somebody brought it up or whatever, and they were talking about how they used to go to Toys R Us to get like the games, stuff like that. And I was like, I never got games from there, but I definitely bought like my Yu-Gi-Oh cards and all that. Like, I think my parents actually got my first dual disc from Toys R Us.
Hey.
Yeah. And so, like, I mean, Toys R Us is a part.
Shout out Team Official Players.
Hell yeah. Yeah, check them out. But no, I bought my Yu-Gi-Oh cards from there.
Cool.
I bought a lot of toys from there.
A lot of toys.
A lot of toys.
It used to be very popular. Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
that was one of my favorite things at Christmas time, is getting that big toy book and just flipping through that shit, circling shit that I knew I wasn't going to get, but imagining the world I could possibly build with all the toys.
Moment,
so, I mean...
Now it's just one of those other, like, Blockbuster, Circus City...
Which sucks, dude. Which really sucks. Like, because we're really going away from the whole, like, going in there and talking to people kind of experience. You're really starting to... all behind computer screens.
Amazon taking over.
Exactly. Oh, they are. They definitely have. Yeah. They have a huge set in the market. But back on the Kingdom Hearts stuff, yeah. So world so far with the inclusion of Frozen and possibly Winnie the Pooh, which I kind of expected Winnie the Pooh because Pooh Bear's been the 100 Acre Wood world has been in the last two Kingdom Hearts games, last two main series Kingdom Hearts games anyway. I'm wondering if they're actually going to do a full-on world this time, because the way they were in the last two games is you had to go through, very indicative of how the movies are, or not the movies, but the actual show is. It all takes place inside of the book.
That's right.
So you had to go through and collect the pages, the torn pages, what they were called, and you put them back into the book, and then you go in there and you just do the little thing with Pooh Bear. So I'm interested to see how they're going to do that with him and what story they're going to tell with him this time. So that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, Pooh Bear's kind of expected. Frozen has been rumored and leaked for a very long time. I personally, not really a huge fan of Frozen being included in the Kingdom Hearts world. I'm not interested to see what they're going to do with it. I mean, I might be pleasantly surprised, because I was very surprised at when they originally announced for 2. They announced the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think that was going to be interesting, because I was like, well, how are you going to do a real life thing?
Mm-hmm.
So
it was dope though.
It was very dope. It was very good. It was a very good world. I watched Linda play through that the other day.
Nice.
But yeah, no. So I mean, but with that, you got Big Hero 6, Frozen, Tangled, Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Hercules, and Winnie the Pooh. These are the
cool thing about this is, like, I definitely can see, like, I can get Elena watching me play this shit or something.
Yeah, you definitely get her into playing games like that.
Dude, they have all the Disney games
Yeah.
that you love.
She'll be into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That'd be a cool
I showed her the
introduction.
trailer, man. She was like,
She liked it. That's awesome. That Monsters Inc. world looks really.
Yo, that's sweet, bro.
That shit looks really fucking dope.
You gotta hop in the doors.
Yeah.
You go to even different worlds while you're in the world. That's cool, man. And I like the fact that it makes Sora look like a monster.
Yes,
That's my best thing,
yes.
man, when they throw in him,
When they
Donald,
change
and Goofy,
the-
bro, and they all just fit the theme.
Goofy, I think it's like Goofy or Donald looks. I think Donald looks weird as fuck. Donald's costumes always look weird.
He looks like a
Or
fat
always-
ass or something. Like, it's weird, man.
And then like in
weird.
what was it? I think Ariel's world, he was a fucking like duck octopus, which was weird. Which is weird to me because he's
Make him a duck,
I was saying he's already a
make him look like a rubber duck.
aquatic animal. Like just turn into a fucking turn into the whole thing. But yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty stoked about it. I really want an announcement. I need not an announcement. I need a release date for this game.
Right.
I still feel like it's 2018, but
Possibly get pushed.
I mean, it could anything can always get pushed. So I mean, well,
You really want to polish it?
yeah. I mean, you
Yeah,
really
shit.
wanted to polish it for the last fuck you, man.
20-something years, you bastard.
Fucking pieces of shit. So I mean, that's kind of for the most part. That's really it for the news.
Yeah,
What have you been playing in the past couple of weeks?
I can get back in Battlefield for real.
Battlefield?
Yeah, my connection's been really shitty at the house. Really bad, so I can't play Fortnite because I get mad.
Yeah,
Or PUBG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hopped in this one game of PUBG. It really pissed me off.
Yeah.
I got one kill. This dude landed in the same fucking little building I was. There was like fucking 3 buildings.
Yeah.
I seen him land there. It took me like 30 minutes just to get inside that thing because I kept backtracking. I'm lagging my ass off. Finally getting into the building. I found like 2, like probably the best weapons in there. I found a Scar that had fucking bullets. So I get back in this corner. He comes in. I kill him. And I'm like, yeah, let me go get his shit. And I'm stuck.
Damn.
And I'm like inside a couch, bro. I'm like crouching in a couch and I'm like jumping. I'm just like, I'm about to leave my first game of PUBG. This is terrible. And I left and I was like, you know what? This shit sucked. And I tried to Battlefield and that was the only game that kind of
works.
Yeah, it wasn't lagging.
Yeah, lags fucking suck. Like the Dragon Ball frame rate, like when frame rate starts dropping or not, it starts increasing or whatever, or frame rate starts dropping or whatever. And you get like a 19-second or a 19 frame delay. Oh my!
That's how it is with fighting games, man. Online, man. It's hard, man. It throws all your combos off.
And then what really sucks is you start so you're like, all right, cool. So you get into the mindset of, all right, I gotta adjust, and then you start adjusting, and then the rate drops back to like 3 frames, and I'm like, fuck, now I gotta readjust to my readjustment.
Yeah, fighting games online is really difficult.
Sucks, dude. I'm definitely thinking about going back and grabbing Injustice. I've been looking at some gameplay for it again. Injustice 2, like it just.
I haven't. I was like, man.
Yeah. Well,
Janelle's saying we should do like a fighting game on there.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I'd have a lot of fun with that. I might do that. Yeah.
That Mortal Kombat.
What else you playing? Just Battlefield?
Yeah, just Battlefield.
No.
Like whenever I hop in, and I was getting back into Witcher.
Witcher?
Yeah, a little bit.
I need to pick Witcher back up again. Witcher 2, I'm assuming, on
I was on
Xbox. On 3. Yeah, Witcher 3. That's what I meant. Yeah, Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to pick that up again because I did not get far in that game.
I forgot how much thinking it is in that game.
I did not get
much
far at all.
thinking in that game, bro.
That's kind of why I stopped playing because I started and I got past all the beginning cutscenes and I got to the first. Is it now world town whatever the fuck it is? Got to the first thing and there was like 20 plus missions in one fucking town, and I was like, oh shit! And those are all side missions, dude. Those are all side missions. So I'm like, oh shit! I don't even know where to fucking start with that. And so I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just gonna go explore. So I start walking around, and as I'm walking around, I start running into people. And this dude's like, hey man, you wanna come help me out? So you go help him out, and he's like, oh yeah, after you do this, there's a whole bunch of other quests. And he shows me like 10 quests that he can do.
Dude,
and by the end of it, I'm like, there's like 50 fucking quests that I can do at the beginning.
It's a lot of hours.
Don't get me wrong, I like playing a lot of games.
RPGs, bro.
Fuck, dude.
RPGs, dude.
Fuck. But I heard it's really good. A lot of people told me it's good.
The Wild Hunt one, which is the Witcher
one.
3, yeah. It's different because like each time you kill like a different monster, they have all types, man. Vampires, fucking golems, fucking everything, trolls. But like each time you kill something,
Medieval shit.
yeah, bro, super medieval shit. But like you can put like oils and shit on your sword.
Yeah.
And certain oils hurt like certain
animals.
animals. And it's like, I forgot I had to think like that, bro.
Damn.
I'm just in there. I'm like, oh my god, I'm looking at all these.
Like?
Oh, it's really good for RPG. It's
Yeah.
really good. The third person RPG. Yeah,
Is it as slow? Is it as
like
clunky and slow as like Dark Souls or something like that? Is it faster?
Mm-hmm.
A little
It's
faster?
fast. Yeah, it's fast. And it's like yeah.
Because it's been a minute.
It's very
since I
fluent.
played it.
Very
Okay.
fluent. It's really good. You killing some crazy shit. I killed a griffin, bro.
Yeah. Did you ever pick up? Did you ever pick up? Not to cut you off. Did you ever pick up the second Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah,
like
you got it for me, bro.
I did. That's right. I did. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Did you like it?
Fuck yeah, that shit was dope.
I don't know how far you beat it or did you?
No. I just like killing fucking the top
things,
dog,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know, that's my big thing. But then it started getting repetitious. That's the only thing.
This is
like
very
yes,
See,
very.
I started playing it.
They need to incorporate that Nemesis system somewhere else, man. I really like
a different
that.
game.
Yeah, somewhere. I don't know where, but like definitely use it.
Warner Brothers is
else,
doing
man.
good things in
man.
everything but their movies. Yeah. Everything.
Really,
but their movies.
yo.
Did you hear? Not to go on a movie rant.
Even Montreal's doing better than them, bro.
Yeah. Those
Damn.
fucking bastards put out fucking the worst.
The worst Batman game.
Worst fucking Batman game of all time. Which really
Here's
sucks.
these gloves. You don't have to counter. Just
Hell
keep
no,
hitting.
you can just punch the shit out of people.
Just keep tapping X. I'm like, damn, you just ruined the combat.
Build up your meter and unlock the shot.
You
gauntlets.
just ruined the fucking combat. Asshole.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. I did like the Deathstroke scene.
The Deathstroke fight was dope as hell. I did not like the fucking Maze Bane fight at the very end of the game. Spoilers for the game if you haven't played it, but if you haven't played it by now, go fuck off. Yeah,
Don't do it. Skip that one.
The other thing that I didn't like about that one was the fact that it I don't know, Rocksteady, when they did Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Asylum, we'll focus more on Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum paid so much attention to detail as far as like small little Easter eggs for like hardcore Batman fans. And it was just so cool.
I loved everything. Like you had to. I wanted to find everything.
Yeah,
you
had no problem going through and doing all the Riddler trophies, all that kind of stuff, in either game. Mm-hmm. And not to shit on Arkham Knight. I liked Arkham Knight. I thought Arkham Knight wasn't. I didn't think it was as good as Arkham City because I thought Arkham City.
It was just next gen they just icing on the cake. That's what it was. It was
a good way to. It was, but the ending was kind of like.
It was like, hey, you already know.
Yeah.
The whole time. You knew.
Yeah, you knew who he was, and like what was funny, like when they announced the Arkham Knight, I was like, I know who this is, and they were like, it's a new character that you've never seen before. I was like, fuck off, no, fuck you, dude, no, it's not. You're taking the exact same story, you're changing a couple of things.
Yes.
I did like how they approached it. I thought the approach was pretty cool, but I really wish they wouldn't have said it was a whole new character. On that topic, it kind of flipped towards Arkham Origins. That's what kind of pissed me off about Arkham Origins. Is because I thought Arkham Origins was going to be the first time that we get somebody other than the Joker as a main villain for Batman. Right. And it ends up being the Joker. Which, I mean, that dynamic was cool. It was cool to see Joker kind of first appear and first pull up and everything. But I wish
Origins was like super Origins. Like, Batman didn't have shit. Yeah. You know, like, this is my first time being
because that was his, I think he was like in the middle of his first year.
Yeah.
Was it like that?
Yeah, I guess that's where they were going with.
Yeah. But like... Because and then when they do the whole Joker reveal, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Joker's been behind this the whole time? And I like how they did that in Arkham Knight, how he kept popping up and everything.
Yeah, bro,
you're just flying around.
Time, bro.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, he's like,
what's up, Bats?
Should've told him. You fucked
He's
up
gonna
there,
be
man.
mad at you.
Like,
you fucked up there, man.
Yo, get out of my head! Yo, you making me go crazy. Yo, that's cool though.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, I haven't been playing too much. I've been playing obviously Dragon Ball still. I'm trying to get back into Monster Hunter. I think I said that last time. I haven't really gotten too far in Monster Hunter. I'm starting to.
They're doing Dante from fucking Devil May Cry now.
Yeah, I saw that. They're putting him in.
And they have fucking Ryu already.
It's got like Ryu. They have him. They have Ryu. They have Dante coming, and then they also have what's his name? What's her name rather? Aloy from Horizon as like a specific. I think. What's that specific for? Horizon?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
You love it.
Horizon is fantastic.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a fantastic game, dog.
PS4
and
fucking exclusive.
It's really cool, not to get on the whole sexist rant, but it's really cool to have a female perspective on a game like that. Because you actually, you feel for her throughout the entire game. Because you go, like, when you go to certain towns, like, they treat you a certain way because you are female. And so it's like, so this is kind of what it feels like. It's kind of, through the looking glass, essentially.
That's kind of why I like Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're playing a woman. Like, she's fucking
strong women in video games are dope, dog. They're really dope.
I
never played Mass Effect 3, but I heard Tim Shep was fantastic in Mass Effect 3. So,
you have characters like Quiet and Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, man.
Kojima, you a dick, bro. But she was badass.
She was, dog. She was. I'm playing that. I played this one game on mobile called Florence. this is a super mushy game. You probably wouldn't be. I don't know if you'll be into it. But it's a silent game. It's literally silent throughout the entire game, but it's a puzzle game. And it's basically about a relationship between a dude and a girl. And it's about them coming together and then them breaking up and the girl kind of moving on. It's really driven through like music, like the music of the actual game. And what was really dope about it is that it's all on your phone. 2, it's like $3, so it's not even that big of a deal as far as like money goes. And then 3, it is everything that you did in the game involved you doing something with your phone. And they took really neat ways. So like there's a portion where like, not to spoil anything in the game, it's a portion where like when they're actually together, they're going on different trips and stuff like that, and they're doing they taking pictures, and she's big into like Polaroids. So it's a Polaroid that's on the phone that shows up, or whatever. You click on it, it shows up. You have to actually shake your phone like you would with the Polaroid. So I thought that was pretty dope. The other neat thing with the conversations, it's like when they start arguing, like it's a puzzle piece that you put together. You don't actually hear anything about the conversation. But the more they start arguing, the sharper the pieces get. And so it's like, when you get into an argument with, your significant other or whatever, you start saying more snide things and snarky things. It's deep, dog. It's really deep game, and it's completely quiet. Like they don't say anything throughout the entire game. It's literally you feel the emotion through the music. Like the soundtrack is fucking fantastic, man. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I think that might be it. You have anything?
That's it, man.
Anything else?
I think we cleared everything.
Yeah, we cleared
the week we missed.
Yeah, we cleared a lot. So as always, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you're a fantastic person. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We definitely will be back next week, reviewing and wrapping up all the news from last week, talking about the ones that we like to talk about or that that we're interested in rather.
We might have some Let's Plays coming as well.
We do have some Let's Plays getting ready to come up. Thank you for bringing that up. Definitely forgot about that. We're gonna be doing some Let's Plays for Fortnite. I'm actually gonna try Fortnite. We're gonna be doing some PUBG. We'll have some other ones coming out too.
You guys got any ideas of what games y'all want us to try to play? We're definitely down to play.
Yeah, definitely hit us up.
Yeah.
But as always, like I said, like, comment, subscribe.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Next week.